What's going on, everybody? This is your boy Cypha D King, and today we're going to get real up close and personal with one of Liberia's fastest rising artists, none other than my little brother Datway Ezzy. How you at?
I'm up there.
So let's get straight into it, man. Let's talk about this new album, Care Larmie. I know it's that the album is like split into two. So let's talk about what the inspiration you came from for Care Larmie.
So initially, Care Larmie, like I said, it was the last word my mom told me. Like, it wasn't like, oh, she said, like, oh, Care Larmie, in the distance, she fast. It was like, I was at the hospital for EV. It was our first time talking. She was like, oh, let me, oh, she's recovering now. After we had a conversation, so I was about to move home, and she was like, Care Larmie, I don't know. And that was it. The next day, he gave me, I had a school trial. Then we're at the hospital. They called me. My mom dies. So that was the last thing I heard for. The album been in the makings. Like, they've been making for the past 2 years since I've written it, because my first mom died doing it. But so I was like, writing it based on that experience. For her side, I didn't really hear a lot. But the last one I heard from her, because like both of them call me Larmie. So, like, more than my father, they call me my keyboard. So, both of them call me Larmie. So, she was like, I love you, Larmie. And we talk on the phone, man. After 6 months, I didn't hear from her every time I call my father. Where your mom travel. Where your mom so like, heard it over the news that we entire family got fast. For my father confirmed me. Like, had a family meeting. So that one just stuck with me. Like, the last word I heard from my mom was, I love you, Larmie. It was a wonderful man. I think even more. So the inspiration came from the things I made through from people passing out from the mind. People that you fight for me to me. So the separation of the album for me, that was easy. Larmie side. Larmie is a child, a kid that is struggling to face certain things, or struggling to face certain part of himself. A kid that suffer from depression due to the loss of his mother. A kid that suffer from getting around people. A kid that want to be something but just don't know how to be something. This is like an imperfect person, someone with a whole lot of flaws to put out there. Datway Ezzy is the artist. Datway Ezzy is the one that managed to take Larmie from where he used to be to where he is now. Datway Ezzy is the character that Larmie managed to build for himself to be somebody, to be recognizing to society.
Okay, so you're not 100% getting rid of Larmie.
Of course
not. Larmie is still there. Larmie's in the background, pushing Datway Ezzy.
Pushing that. But if I made that, Datway Ezzy.
So explain, for those who don't know, if they just, see for the first time, why the name Datway Ezzy?
Name Datway Ezzy, it was actually funny to put together or any artistic. So I was looking for a name to use on Facebook. And
really?
Yes, that's right. And during the time I was looking for the name to use on Facebook, the name I wanted to put it was Fambo Ezzy, because for my mom, when it was easy as it was, so I started calling myself that easy as it was.
Okay.
So I just did it easy as it was because I feel like it was as it was. I remember people I know them very well. I mean, asking. I felt like they would call me asking, so I felt like easy. So I wanted to put like Fambo Ezzy. But I feel I was putting the room surface wasn't allowing it, so like, there was a time when I was rapping, a friend of mine used to be tell me like, oh, your flow is different, but your flow is that way. That was that in my stuck in my head for some time. And like, so I'm like, oh, but Datway Ezzy. So I changed the Facebook name to Datway Ezzy and went out like, okay. Went on campus the next day, Sion told me that I like your new Facebook name. So then he laughed.
That's fine. I like that. It's always good to hear stories about how, people come up with it. And sometimes, like you said, it's just random. Sometimes it's on purpose. So let's get back to the album, right? And talk about the loss. As an artist, right? It's very hard for a lot of artists to talk about loss and to talk about pain in music. How did you wrap your head around that and say, okay, I'm gonna use these situations, put it into music, and feel my career with it, and also at the same time reliving those moments, with the past.
I've always wanted to know what real life music. But there was something that was a click that I wasn't getting. There is something called Kukuchu for United States. So I feel like there's something can make you to know something. Something I've always wanted to do and I was able to do it. I'm not saying I'm glad it happened, but for the very first time I started writing, I wrote like 5 songs for the project, but I was still feeling I wasn't getting it till last year, October 28th, on the day of my pass. I called a friend of mine, the creative director for the album, Danny. I called him the next day. I was like, can I use your space to record the album? He said, oh, you finally ready to do the album? I was like, yeah. He was like, sorry for the loss. And I said, yeah, but we'll start November 1st. So then I called Malcom, which is the executive producer for the album. I was like, I think I'm finally prepared to do the album because I postponed it whatever to do it a year back. I was like, I don't feel like I'm in the right space to do it. The actual passing of my mom last year, actually did. I felt something. I wrote a song a day after. It's the last song on the album, Let Fire and Sing. I wrote a song a day after. After I wrote a song, I felt something like this, where you have to be in certain space to be able to talk about certain things.
Right.
If you are able to put things out, it will affect you more the way you are able to just cope with it. Because in a generation where as a man, it's not easy to open up. I decided to do one of those things. And place where like nobody want to talk about the flaws anymore. Everybody want to get that same perfect picture. I'm willing to put out there how not perfect I am. I'm here to tell people that I'm also talented to say word. That's the true statement I was trying to make with this album. I'm not perfect like me. I am talented. That's easy.
And that's a challenge because, like as you said, especially now with the way music is, and everybody has to be trendy. You have to talk about certain things that all the other artists are talking about. So coming from your point of view, like having an album full of like real life situations that's personal to you, or that even other people who are listening to it might have, experienced before, and they can kind of connect with you on that. It's very hard, especially young artists like your generation, bro. It's So hats off to you for that. So the album, right? How many features?
The album, the feature songs, I think 7 features.
7 features. And I heard you have MC Carol on it. Her song is like reaching. Yeah. Let's talk about that. Why her for one, and then why is that song strategically placed the way it is?
So firstly, we're doing the album, Carry Music. I got a hit look for you. So I was like, okay, the expectation wasn't high. I was like, I feel like I wanted to use something else as an interlude. That's how I was feeling at the moment. So she told me I got an interlude for you. I was like, okay, because my beginning of my whole career was the first big artist to tell me like, you good. I'm trying to work with you. It was our YMCA. It was a YMCA. I was performing by the time I just won the Empowerment Challenge. DJ Law hosted. Yeah. So I won a challenge. I was performing. When I got to performing, she walked up to me. She said, like, you good. I want to work with you. Text me on messages. So I texted her messages. They always text back before. But I was one thing she would always tell me, she said, you got to work harder so that people can see your worth to work with you. You got to be working. You can't like just sit and just wait for it now. So she always used to find me this that. And she's one of the persons throughout my entire career. She's still with me. I can say personally for me, carries my goal. Personally for me, carries my goal. Like throughout my career, she's always been there. So I feel like somebody that I've always been in your corner. If she says she want to go interview for your first debut album, there's something actually.
Well, you just said no.
It's something actually. So when she did the interview, she did an interview at our producer studio, Jiggy. When she did an interview, well, in the studio, she was putting it together like. I didn't even think that she was going to sing. Like, I thought it was like, rap stuff, like she was about to explain her stuff.
Yeah.
But she didn't interview in the way, like, she was talking to me. So, like, all like advices, like, holding my hands to tell me, okay, this is the part, this is that. I was man, bro, after they got a whole track, then send it to her. She sent it for mixing and mastering, and then she told me to sing few of your songs for the album. I'll pay for the mixing and mastering. I was wow. Okay, someone like 2 years, she carried everything back to us. And we listen to it in the group chat out there. Malcom sent a whole voice message. MC Carl. He was following it through her. And she was like,
Again, big shout out to MC Carol.
big shout out to MC Carl.
That's major for her to reach out to you like that. That's it. That's a lot. So this album, what are your expectations? Like, I know as an artist, in general, of course, this is why I want the album to be number one. But like, artistically, right? What do you want your listeners to get from this album? Like, obviously, we want the album to be numbers, right? For what you want people to take something away from the album when they listen to. What is that?
I want people to be able to find themselves in the album. I want people to be able to understand my story. I want this album to outlive time. That's the reason of this big album. I want for 2 to 3 years back, people to come by and say, like, this is one of the best rap albums for an artist, from African artist. Okay. I'm putting the album out there to be a standard for how music should be going forward. For meaningful rappers, because as a rapper, I feel like rapping should be able to tell you a story, the story of your people, the story of your entire environment.
Yeah.
It's emotional wise, hood wise, every single thing wise, something I thought deep rooted for the culture. Rap shouldn't be about any other thing that the just be possible. So I want this album to be the stand-up moving forward. That's the point of this album. That's one of the significant importance of this album. And I want people to listen to this album on the emotional side, me, people to understand me as a person. I'm not perfect. I'm a human being. People sometimes, if people don't get to know you enough as an artist, they will see you today. Selfish. It's more the person thinks, so the person think they're above the law, or the person think, like, just because you don't know me well in love doesn't mean you have to assume. So I'm just putting it out there to say, like, if you've been through some of this news too, I've been there. We are not alone. We are all in this together.
Cool. So now let's go back to family a little bit. Your junior boy, right? I was yelling up. I was like, I didn't realize until I read your bio. I was like, wait a second. Your father is son of God junior boy. How was that growing up? Listen, I'm sure you know, but I can tell you, your father has a huge impact in the history of Liberian music. So you coming up, now you're a rapper, not a singer. What was that like with him? Like, what was his first initial thoughts when you started doing music? Like, was he like, listen, don't follow me. Find your own trail, or if you want to do it, I will guide you along. What was his first initial reaction when you say you wanted to?
Oh, my dad is the type of person that sees things in a different way. Yeah, he can be like this. If this is what you want to do, if you need my help, you ask. If you feel like you can do it, you can do it. I won't bow. Even if you see you going, it feels like he's just a step away from asking you. So he usually come and tell you, say, you should ask me again.
You should know that
you already have it. He's not away.
Correct.
He's a person that always been here, like, and if I always like rapping. If I found that for me, like, growing up, when he hosts party to a house, like, you call, oh, my son, you're freestyle. Got me out with my lads in there. So I've always liked music. And I started liking music more when one of my uncles, he passed away along with my mom doing the classes. He used to draw. He taught me how to draw also. He taught me how to paint. So my first song ever I listened to, why I just say, like, listen to it, I like it, apart from the songs I just get in the street. Well, that's the person that gave me my favorite artist was Fun Way. He played me Fireworks feature Alicia Keys and best I ever have. So back to my father. When I started doing music officially in 2020, I started doing music in 2020 when I dropped the Young Key EP. It did extremely well for me on my side because I dropped an EP my entire time. Like my friend grew my entire time now on Disco. Doing the entire week or 1 or 2 or 3, I would say. Every single person singing on message was started surviving. Everybody was excited for what's coming. 2021, I dropped. I think it was one of the first trendy songs, or it was one of the first trendy songs on TikTok for that. Yeah. When I dropped it, that was the time I found out I actually do it.
Huh.
Yeah. When I dropped the EP, what's the whole listening part of the fusion? To my stepmom not to tell him God, what is that to my place? So I tell her listening part. She didn't tell you anything. So I dropped the song started trending. Oh, wow, never happened. I never happened. I posted one video on TikTok and started something. Ah, man, you're so doing well, bro. You're so doing well. And at that time, I think original media or someone else had a promotion package with Orange for promotion sending messages around saying, oh, streams, this is a new song. It was one of these streaming platforms for like, bro, I didn't get profile. So the people from my community now started receiving the messages and those Datway Ezzy from Rare, Manzari, Orange promoting your song. Well, song going. Fast forward, my power, I think it was at Calabash or somewhere, the song will play. Somebody was like, I know that Datway Ezzy, but then they show my picture on the screen. It's bad. So you come home and that's this. And I was like, in Namato. As long as I can. So you making me say until you had a question to tell about it. My busy stuff, like always been in 1 hour. Like, oh, we spent hours, then she came to the show.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, that's what she used to do for me. So always been in one comment for me. So as soon as she Namato is it, I was gonna say, yes, that is it. Oh, you making me say until you had a question to tell about it. You just jump outside. Hey, why is it if I'm making you say? He said, you better go inside, I'm fucking if. So the next morning, he asked me, he said, like, who are you working with? I said, oh, for now, I'm just working with Black Boy. He said, what I'm doing, I said, yeah. He said, okay, cool. But you know what to do? I said, yeah. He said, sure. Anytime you are what you know what to
you know what they do? I mean,
yeah. Understand the message. And moving forward, he's been supported. He did a collaboration with
yeah, well, so y'all did a recipe. Yeah. How did that come about? Was it like your idea? Was it his idea, or it's just?
Look, initially it wasn't my wanted to do the song at all. There was still that idea and something was my manager. Yeah, so I did a song in the studio and I said it to her in the picture. She said she's not feeling it. She feel like the song is not complete. So she want to know if my dad would be or to do. That was one of the hardest things to ask me. That we had to also like a family to ask her.
Really?
To do something. I'm watching this girl of a family. So that me, Dida, Black Boy, and Mushu, we came to the house, we talked to him. My whole meeting, boy, this is my team, these are the people I'm working with, this is how this is coming. Like, after we have every single conversation, he called me in the scene there after everybody like, how are you doing the music? Where is you uploading? You sure you okay with everything? The people saying, I'm going to be boy, yeah. So I was like, yeah, everything is on moves. I said, yeah, sure. So they didn't tell me like, oh, we're the collaboration, yo. So I sent the song 2 days later. I sent the song. I said, oh, listen to this. He sent me thumbs up. So he kidded it. I was like, oh, I see you soon. He said, yeah, listen to it. I said, yeah, my man, give me, man. So like, then that day, yeah, I sent you the song, I whatever you listen to. He said, why exactly you sent me the song?
Right.
Because like, you send me the song, I send you thumbs up, which me is good. That's why just send me a tomato, you're ignoring me. He said, it's DM me, what's up? I was like, I wanted for you to do a first one. And he said, oh, okay, then no problem. Like, see, I go, I said, I just wanted to know, maybe you're going to say, oh, you interested? Then I wasn't going to ask.
Yeah, you just in this on with no.
I just said, oh, let's do this on my music. I'll give some set the studio time up and I was sure I will put up. So I was like, oh, okay, we did studio time, see that place. I saw we go ahead and video, post the snap edits and going crazy. Uploaded the song. Everything, the song did a lot for me last year. And I put it on the Too Easy TV, did a lot. Then I was able to perform the song. I seen him the video. He was like, they put them up on one in the nail fight. I was like, oh, I can't thank you. I mean, he's very nice supporter. He's a good father.
Oh, that's the child is something else. So, that was easy. At what point in time did you have that thought like, okay, this is what I'm supposed to do? Like, for sure. Because, you know, every artist, you go through a time like, oh, maybe music's not for me. You know, like when things aren't working out, maybe as fast as you wanted to, or they, you know, go left and come back right, go up, come back down. But at what point in time were you like, okay, yes, music, I'm good, I'm talented, and this is what I want to do?
There's one thing I've learned from Mushu when you told me the whole thing that I started to aspire to the 2:27. God will not come from heaven and show you what he has for you. If you see what's working for you, you should say there's availability. Meeting was I went to you for something. That was just he just came and he said like I feel like I want to tell you something. He said, all right. So doing music for me, that was one of the things that worked out for me so far. Because being able to draw with my uncle passed, I'm not able to just look at something and just joy. Like I'm just like think about something and joy, but you can give me another person joy that I can enjoy. I can hear me just it tastes better. I can look at something else and enjoy. I'm not able to do it. I feel like I'm able to copy. But when it comes to joy, that's how it's like. And I sat down, the thought of doing music fully came to me 2022. It was one of my highest years of doing music. I'm not a person that is easy to give up on something. I feel like if things are giving you a hard time, you got to start hard. Maybe you're not fighting hard enough. Maybe there is something other people are doing that do. Maybe there is a space that you are in. Like, if you can't reach in that space, you're burn. I'm not able to give up on something I love. That's one of the reasons I'm not able. I feel like if you give up on something you love, you don't love it no more. You don't love it no more. So if I give up on music and say, I feel like music is not working out for me. I don't love music. So music is one of the things that have kept me in science, one of the things that have kept me happy. Doing music as a career is not something that anybody will better want to do. You will be like, you have to go. You see, I don't want it. Well, why would you steal something that you love for money? This is not a Gen Z relationship.
Yeah.
Because that's why people go to love for money. But I will do music regardless. If I'll get money elsewhere, I'll get money elsewhere. I will do music regardless. I can overstand anybody.
Yeah, that's a
I will drop this project. I will drop another project. I will drop another project. I will keep doing music because I want my art to be heard. If no one is listening, I will listen. I will make people to listen. The thing about doing music is that you just don't do music because it's a case. You do things with intention behind it so that people can be convinced enough to what listening or to hear art.
And the thing is, music doesn't get old. You know? If you think about it, you still listen to songs from 20, 30, 40 years of, you know what I'm saying? There's always, I always tell people this.
My songs was in 2013, 2012.
See, there's always a song or some songs for a particular vibe that you're looking for or a particular mood that you're in. Exactly. You know, and it's not always something that's current. It's usually from divine. All right, so let's talk about. I'd like to know when you're performing or before you go on stage. What is your ritual? What I thought you know that you're going to stage. What goes through your mind? Are you practicing at home in the mirror? You know, like before Datway Ezzy is called on stage, before is the ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage. First of all, what Datway Ezzy? What?
I don't think. I think the only thing I need to verify is that I hope these people know the songs. If they don't, I'm just trying to make them to know it. I'm trying to like if I start singing a song and I feel like the crowd doesn't know it well enough, I would do something on the stage where I will rap that song to the best of my ability so that if you don't know the song, you will be impressed that, okay, he's doing something, yes. But I feel like I haven't put on my best performance yet. Because just the whole mic, drum on stage, do the songs, test the crowd, stuff like that. I'm actually trying to dive into a different dimension. The same way I'm doing it with the music, I want to do it with the performance also. I want to change everything. Honestly, I want to change everything.
So speaking of that, let's talk about the promos that you've been doing leading up to this album, right? Saw this skit, like you go in like a therapy session. Tell me about where did that idea come from, like for you to do that? Because we've never seen, you know, that kind of thing before. People thought it was a movie, it was a show.
And that'll be when I tell us a movie. The initial idea, the first idea came from Malcom. He was the producer about the therapy session. His idea was the therapy session because it was split into two actually. One of the posts, one first put it in the The one where I walked in and took the note of that was mine. Right. So I was like, okay, I'm getting it right. You are on this side, I'm on this side about we'll just make it like a one-shot thing for whole Care Larmie. It's about like finding closure or like first of all, we hate Latu music. Oh, I got stuff for you. Latu always been some person to watch my music keep there. Always been up in front of mine. It feels like anything you want me to do easy, I will do for this project. I want to know what it sounds like. Because when I posted Care Larmie, when I posted the power of the album, she was shocked. She was like, so the next time when you buy the drive is one of like your old stuff you been doing. I was like, nah. I told you 2024, I've moved it different. Like I'm changing everything. So the initial idea for that was actually like to change the bottom one was to change the entire thing on how to without an album. That the voice that I want to go, how to write our album, how a proper rap album should. That was the first reason. That was the first thing, the first conversation me and my phone out there. If we put it this out, we want to set the bar. Then the next thing was diving into art for emotions. So it was like, she told me like, oh, are you okay? And so I'm like, things have been okay. She's like, oh, have you checked up and stuff and da. I'm like, oh no. She's like, okay, that's great for conclusion. So that's where I get a letter I've never had with a red by bass myself. So as I'm reading it, voice to voice there.
Yeah.
That was the Cypha bar for almost every single person.
Yeah.
More practice on so I'm ETS and all of that. So I was actually like, my listenership for the first time, it didn't really click to me, but when we uploaded, I was like, wow. From the reaction of the people.
Damn, it was
So it was between setting the bar and relating also to animal.
right.
So that was the two things we should be at while we actually did the show for you. What's it to set the bar? But yeah, the word was amazing, man.
Yeah, and then you get people a math problem.
I just don't want to release that thing.
No, I like that. Listen,
No.
I love, not that I like, I love creativity like that. Like, it was, it's never been done before, like, a long time. Like, I've never seen that type of rollout where it's like, you give somebody a math equation to find a new. If you answer it right, then you'll know the date of the album.
You gotta know the date of the album. First of all, I was like, how about
She see me out in here. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do one parentheses first. Yeah. So continue 3. Damn, looking through the comments, let me make sure I'm right. In my mind, I'm scrolling through the comments like, I don't see nobody saying no answers yet. But yeah, I love the creativity. I'm hoping that it doesn't end here.
oh, it won't.
Yes. So now that the album's about to come out, you set the tone, you set the bar with the rollout. Now the music videos and everything else after that now.
Yeah, everything else is coming. A lot is coming. That's the problem. A lot is coming. I think that's the problem because I don't really care for the noise right now. After buying the industry, I love the new artists, how they travel. But I'm coming. That's just the statement. And when I come, it'll be hard for me to go back. I feel like moving upward, this might be my best year because this is something I'm very, very excited about. And the documentary was dropped last year. The entire creative process, so from the first day of the recording of the album to the very last thing, and every single person I was able to work on the project time to time. It's okay. We dropped it last year. Last night.
Yeah, okay, I saw you posted it. As when it comes to Liberian music, any artists that you looked up to like coming up? Who was some of the artists that you like really fan? Not that I want to be him, but just like who you listen to the most, like
first Liberian artist I ever listened to was Matty Blue, and that's always been my goal. Like I feel like that was the goal of rap for like Matty Blue. Then my first time actually when I was small, I used to like this song. Right? When I started playing everything shit of music in the 77, it was Christoph. Christoph, the first person, it was my father, my Lord, hip hop, my God, Biggie P. I feel like I could rap that song was started. That's how I felt like. I listened to it at my turning point. I was walking home from school. If somebody was playing it, I was sitting there to the song. Yeah, I asked the man to stand on my phone. West song phone. He said it to me. I hear a car. I follow my Lord, my God, Biggie P. I follow my Lord, my mom, Biggie P. The next one was Revolution. When I started in the Revolution, my favorite song. The first song I listened to for him was Lucifer. To this day, I think it's my favorite record from. Then the tier person was Nucci. I was there listening to Nucci. Nucci told him I'm good over time. Like, my entire Facebook page was like just a fan page for Nucci. When I actually started stepping into me, I'm like, you took myself. Let me just put myself there. Because I used to be like, I'll put hashtag Young Escobar, hashtag New Joy. That was it. Like, I love all of the Liberian music thing. When I started listening to Carol was for her Chicago album. So I started listening to Carol too. So like another person you didn't know was JB. Because when I was While I was in Looking Town, at the time he was in Liberian. He was still in the same school. At the time he was popping.
Yeah.
So I think that was the first artist I saw perform.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
to the beat.
yeah, I saw him perform, and yeah, that was the morning. And there was another rapper, Sasupo. And yeah, he did Mala stuff.
Yeah.
That was
Those are great.
that was hard. And there was a record label called Down of Blue Ink. It was the
Links.
he blew the links. Oh. That's not, but I never knew about it. I know like you used to put out songs and stuff like that. I never used to do it. After I used to see Blue Links,
Yeah.
I'm listening to.
I was a producer for Links. Oh, you were one of that producer, yeah. Did records, FA, Wallpaper album,
Yes.
Sweets. Yeah. That's why even the song that we did a remix of Hold You.
Okay.
Yeah.
I already listen to my parents. Yeah, I'm not to listen to everything.
That record, like it's it's a reggae record.
Okay.
It's that let me hold you. So we did a remix of it. And he's on that. I was singing to you, listen to the part.
My friends on my parents now put
Thinking that he started trying to rap a little bit too.
Everything here rap though.
Here y'all will, put y'all in a battle. So okay, now that the album is coming out now, what's next for Datway Ezzy? Because one thing I'll tell you, right, and this is from my knowledge of being around music for so long. When that project drops, it's like you're off and running, right? Then you got to start dropping projects after that, So what's the plan after this album drop? Like I know you're gonna be doing shows, you're still gonna be doing promos and stuff like that. Musically, what's the plan?
I was inspired with challenge. Everything that's supposed to be done this year is done. Lucky again. The next one comes.
When you expecting that next year? Yeah, but then
Anytime soon.
whenever it's ready.
Whenever that once we like it and we set the goal, it's coming.
Cool. So once again, my man, thank you for coming through. God bless you. Good luck with the album. Good luck with everything. And the same thing your part between you know what's up.
No, what's up? Anytime, you got. See ya.
My man Easy, you can stop it.
Man, I'm never gonna stop. Best Liberian rapper, I got all these niggas like the rap game on TikTok. These boys do anything for clout. Imagine me being 40 and dissing others to pop.